Guys, I just wanted to jump on here and talk to you real quick about a doc band. I am not a YouTuber, and filming this has proven to be very hard, so I have way more respect for all my YouTube mamas out there that do this full time. But I just wanted to share some information because when we got our doc band, I searched high and low and really there wasn't a lot out there. So I'm just going to run through this really quick while my baby's sleeping, so you can be prepared for your appointments when you go, or so you have a little more information if you're contemplating on getting a doc band. So Macy had really bad plagiocephaly and she had torticollis, which contributed to her flat spot. Torticollis is just a shortened muscle or a tight muscle. Hers was in her neck, so she didn't like to turn her head, and we noticed that pretty soon, probably at like 2 months. Even when I'd lay her down, I noticed she really only liked to look to one side. She didn't like to look to the other side. I tried laying her down differently in her crib, and she'd still only look to that one side, even if it was looking at the wall. So we noticed pretty quickly, and our doctor really wasn't that surprised because she was head down on my pelvic bone for a really long time, like the last 4 months of my pregnancy. So it was something that was already in the works when she was born. So you mamas out there that are feeling mom shamed, don't feel bad for it. It happens. And I am a firm believer that if it's going to happen, it's going to happen whether you buy everything to prevent it or not. We invested in like 6 different type of pillows. We slept with her differently. I did more tummy time. And at our 6-month appointment, we still ended up going ahead and getting the doc band. So I'm just going to jump right into the appointments really fast. Your first appointment is a consultation, and it's really just like a sales pitch. The appointment was actually really annoying. We were frustrated. We knew we were getting the doc band, and I just felt like they were trying to sell it to us the entire time. We also knew our insurance wasn't covering it. We're a military family. TRICARE does not cover the doc bands. A lot of insurances do cover it, or they help with it. TRICARE does not. So if you're a military family and you have more questions about payment plans and what they do for military families, go ahead and leave a message down below, and I'll certainly get back to you and tell you what to expect. So that first appointment was just a waste of time for us, but for those of you that are contemplating getting one, it'd be great for you because they're going to go through your baby's measurements, talk about if you really need it, where they lay on the spectrum. I keep forgetting what I'm trying to say. Macy was severe, and we knew that going in, so that just was a really pointless appointment for me. The appointment that I loved was the next appointment, and that was the appointment where they do the 3D imaging. I wish I would have had a little bit of a heads up because they do put a stocking cap over your baby's face, and it has a hole cut out, so they look like they're going to go rob a bank, but they're going to take pictures with a 3D camera. And then that camera gives all the precise measurements they need to do the doc band. So they're going to send that to Arizona. We were at the Cranial Technologies in Fort Worth. Sorry, I keep watching my monitor because my baby's moving. We were at the one in Fort Worth. They were all really, really great. We never worked with someone that we didn't like. It takes a week for Fort Worth to get the doc band back. It actually is supposed to take 2 weeks, but ours only took a week. Those of you in Arizona where Cranial Tech's like headquarters is, you may get yours a lot sooner than we did, but ours took a week. We came back for that next appointment. We had our fitting. It fit her really well. She didn't have any red spots. That appointment's about an hour long. It was the longest appointment we went to. And at that appointment, they are looking for red spots. They're going to put the band on your baby. It should be tight, but not like super tight. Like you should be able to move it just a little bit. So I guess snug is a better word. So easy to put on. They show you how to put it on. There's holes on each side for their ears, and you just take your fingers and do this to widen it and set it over their ears. And then the flap, which is Velcro, you just lightly tap it down. You don't like tighten it. You don't want it to be like restricting on their head. Sorry, little miss woke up. But when you first get your band, they want you to have it on for 4 hours and 4 hours off. We had a 2-hour drive there, so I only made Macy wear it for an hour, and then I let her have it off. We were in Texas. It was friggin' hot, so I didn't want her to be sweating in the back seat. There was no red spots, so we did the 4 hours on, 4 hours off, 4 hours on, 4 hours off for 2 days, and then after that, I had her in at 23 hours a day. Her following appointments were every 2 weeks. She was old. By the time we got it, she was about 8 months. I don't know if I said this, but we were coming from Italy. My husband's stationed overseas, so we had to fly back stateside to get the doc band. So once we knew we were getting it at 6 months, it took 2 more months for us to actually get into it. So she was 8 months old by this point, and so we got there, and our appointments were every 2 weeks. If you have a younger baby, your appointments are every week. And the reason being is because the younger they are, they go through more growth spurts, and they need to shave that doc band so you don't get any red spots when they're wearing it, so it's comfortable, it fits their head good. But the follow-up appointments, all you do is go in and they check it to make sure that it's not super tight on their noggin, and then if it is tight, they shave it down, they put it back on, they make sure there's no red spots. 15 minutes appointments, in, out, in, out, in, out. They were really, really great and really fast. So fast forward to her last appointment, we went in, they did some more pictures, they told us we needed one more, but the gal knew that we were military. I had to come back, we'd already booked plane tickets, and it's super, super expensive to change them, and my husband's deploying, so we wanted to get back for at least 2 weeks to hang out with Daddy before he left. So we did that, but I am so happy with her results, and I'm going to post them at the very, very end. A couple things I wanted to go over though, when you have the doc band and you take it off for that hour to clean it, it smells so bad, and I used rubbing alcohol and cleaned it every single night really, really well, and it still stunk. When I watched a couple people tell me at the beginning in some YouTube videos that it was stinky, I was like, oh, whatever, like I'll just clean it really good, mine won't get that stinky. Oh my gosh, it stinks so bad. So there's the cleaning it, and then the second thing is painting it. I painted her headband by myself. You can get the paint from Walmart. It's just like the 40-cent acrylic paint. If you do paint it, you need to put on one layer, let it dry completely, put on another layer of paint, let it dry completely, and then one more third layer of paint, like the color, and let it dry completely. And then you need to put Mod Podge on it. You can buy Mod Podge too at Walmart. Do not get the spray, get the kind that you actually need to dip the brush in and paint it on. You need to put at least 4 layers of Mod Podge on. If you don't, it's just going to peel off. If they lay down and rub their head, it'll just rub it all off in the back. Hers didn't rub off at all. It stayed really, really well. You should check in your area to see if there's people that do wraps for babies. They do them for free in Fort Worth. So if you're in Fort Worth, there's a couple car dealerships that will do it for free for you. So just make sure you're looking into that if you're wanting to decorate it. You don't have to decorate it, but I wanted to. It made it look better on her. I wanted it to look a little more girly. I wanted it to match her clothes. So overall, we're super happy with it. We're so glad we did it. I wouldn't change it for the world. So thank you for watching this. And if you have any questions, just post them in the comments below. I'll try to jump on and check for them to see if I can be any help to you. Like I said, I am not a YouTuber. I literally just did this because I didn't want other mamas to feel like they were going in alone. And if you have any questions in regards to painting it, how I did it, what tools to get, seriously, just send me a message. Get a hold of me in the comments. Thanks, guys. Have a good one. Say bye, Macy. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye.